Welcome to Stories of Strength. We have a very special story to share with you today about two brothers. Their names are Mike and Jay Weaver from Big Daddy Weave. I first met them many years ago in Wisconsin at an event, and they were so gracious they allowed me to come on their tour bus. We've done many other events throughout the years since, and I've always loved how they are so passionate about ministry and the gospel. But their story has taken a turn. Jay Weaver is walking through some extremely difficult things. We had an opportunity to sit down and chat with him at Rise Fest, and his perspective through this pain, uncertainty, and even what I would call darkness, he has a perspective unlike so many people I've met before. And I can't wait for you to hear from him as he walks through this, but also listen to his brother Mike. Together, they really have a powerful story. So here's Mike and Jay Weaver with Big Daddy Weave.
I tell people all the time that the songs that we sing, you're not going to hear one of them that's about our faithfulness to Him. You're going to hear all songs about how faithful He's been to us, because that's been the truth. Well, I'm Mike Weaver.
And I'm Jay Weaver.
We are from the group Big Daddy Weave.
Late in the fall of 2015, I started having some issues with my feet, as far as just random sores and just a lot of pain. We're getting things checked out, and the doctor's like, "Whoa, you've had an infection down here for quite some time, but you didn't know it due to some neuropathy you had in your legs due to diabetes." My doctor started doing a treatment on me called chelation, which helps your blood vessels open up, which allowed the infection to start spreading north and going into my legs and getting up into the parts of my body. So they had to quickly make action and had to, in June of 16, remove both of my feet.
I remember one day the infection we didn't know it was this really, but it was getting so bad, man, he was just freezing and just shivering all the time. But he's still going out and he's playing the show, all this stuff. But in the hotel room, I remember him like literally having like two comforters and just trembling, but hearing him still saying in the middle of it, just going, "Thank you, God. I just trust you. I just know that you're my help. I know that you're my hope. I know that you're my healer." And then I would see him literally, wrap his feet up and go out there and play the show every night. And it was unbelievable. I remember the day we were at an industry event, the day that the doc said they were gonna have to take his feet, man. And I remember having to go sing our song, My Story, which is this song of victory. And I called my dad and I'm just tore up, and I'm just like, how can we go sing this song right now? How can we go sing about, the victory when and he goes, "Because Jay's story is not over, is how you go do it."
The first night I got home, I had a dream. It was, I believe, straight from the pit of hell myself. And because I also had that same dream 6 months in a row. Same dream. And the dream was just me going through the day helping people. And I woke up to the same lie every morning. The lie was, "See, you can't do any of that anymore. And you never will." When you still have to, instead of helping first thing in the morning, you're calling out for help just to start your day. Month 4, that lie is still there going, "See, I told you. You can't do any of that." And then little bit by little bit, you buy a little more, a little more, a little more. Then a new lie shows up. And the new lie is, "Wouldn't it be easier for your wife and your kids if you weren't even here?" And before too long, you're in this place you didn't even realize you could even get to, because you followed down this path of darkness for so long that, wait a minute, now I'm stuck in this hole, and God, I can't even see you now. But in the middle of that, man, Jesus just walked in and started just laying things in their place where it needed to be.
Yeah. As Jay began sharing like the testimony of that, we'd see God begin to move in the lives of other people. And we just saw the Lord move just in an unprecedented way in our lives. It was like, as we would just kind of stop the show at the end of the night and just pray over people, man, we would just see the Lord man, whether it was a physical miracle, like Jesus was healing cancer or some kind of thing like that, or whether it was like an emotional type thing where somebody had been carrying around this heavy weight emotionally for years and they were just able to let go of it, man, with the Lord's help, or whatever. You know, we've just seen God do amazing things every night.
But the truth is, what I've been able to see of him through this, I wouldn't trade for anything in the world. I wouldn't want my feet back. It's just the fact, I mean, it's literally the simple fact. He proved everything he said he is. Everything. There's not one part of it that he said that isn't true.
When our focus becomes the situation, that is when all of a sudden we're like Peter sinking, you know, when he's trying to walk on the waves. But when he had locked eyes with Jesus, though, you know, all of a sudden Peter can walk on the water. You know, and that's the challenge, and I think that's where we are now, is even just trying to learn and grow in that, of learning how to live with our eyes locked with Jesus. And there's a healing that happens that is a physical healing, and man, I'm telling you, we have seen a lot of that. But then there's also a different kind of miracle that when everything else doesn't look like it should, and somehow you can still see him in the midst of it and walk with him in the midst of it. That's a whole different thing. And I'm still praying that Jesus would heal Jay. But until then, we'll live in that other miracle, learning how to walk, you know, a little closer to him every day and to see him a little more clearly every day and to let that gaze within him last a little longer every day, right? You know?